Good evening, folks. It's 2 minutes after 1 a.m. on the second day, 4th month, 2023. Oh, we just turned 103. Right. Oh my. I've been watching this streaming over the United States today. And this here is over in Mexico. It's streamed in through Texas, and it was an absolute mess for Texas, and some terrible, terrible weather outbreaks across southern United States today can be well attributed to the chem. And I was seeing absolutely horrendous. So I'll show you a few things. First one I'm gonna go to is the COD. And right here I'm looking at Hawaii. It's just become a day for the entire world, and not just you guys down under, which I'll get to you guys. So this is some of the stuff that's streamed over you guys, and not too long ago, a couple hours. You can see all these bombs here. Hey, but what I found very interesting was this cloud here. And watch what this does. The waveform. Zip. Right here. Very, very interesting. You just see the curve of it. Just go through it. It's like a sine wave of a pulsation going out there. And nucleating in the bombs. Very, very interesting chem formations that we're seeing. I know the mountains will attribute some stuff with the winds, and natural things will form. And believe me, there's some mountains around here called volcanoes, right? Because I'm looking at Hawaii, right? So it goes to the localized sectors here. I can go a little more closely into the thickness of the mix. I was just kind of sitting at the center. I can go to look at the main island a little more. I can go to Alaska. I can go to all sorts of statistics that I can pull up from here. I can run all sorts of amount of frames, like 200 of them, for instance. It'll load 200 frames of what went on today here, and then I could look through many hours, like since early this morning, and this is before sunrise, so we won't want that many. Let's take it back to a 96. Whoopa. Here we go. It's more around when the sun came up this morning. I already had these loaded. You see how the mountains affect the flow and various other things I don't understand about the devices that are all on this island. You can see the volcano fields here. Mm-hmm. Very interesting. Lots of bombs going off out to sea. Boom, 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 boom. Bloom. Look at a big arc of them out here. It's chem bombs. They're all streamering over you. I can go to the other island here. I'll load them. I'll load you guys at 48 frames. Go a little quicker. Boy, did you get whited out. Your beautiful sunshine stolen from you by the chem bombs. They're just nucleating all in place, just in one spot. If I take it up maybe to 96, you'll see when it was a little clearer. The actual the bomb deployments that were going on out here. Get that a little larger, maybe. It's all coming from one spot. It bombs off. Another field of 1, 2, 3 kicks off. See them out here? The Delta Formation. Boom, some more bombs get chucked out. So there's a device out here continuing the flow of these storms. Boom, 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 go to plumes. Over Hawaii in the chemtrails streaming in the ocean. How many directions of the wind do you really have going on here? Microwave evidence right there. Bzzz, getting fried, getting fried. Bombs going off all over the place. My. we could look at all sorts. I'm gonna go with some of this chem that was streaming over. We might be able to catch some of Texas today. Cause it was really bad. You should have seen what came over here. Look at this. It's gonna put you on shortwave. You know, load 96 frames because that just seems to be the thing to do. See all these chemtrails going over? See the microwaves on the low deck? Those clouds are just staying in place. Big square went by with bombs going off in the center. And the whole world gets sprayed so often. It's so blatant now. And this was what was fueling going into these bigger storms that were affecting the southeast today. Show you some of that went off. See all this chem here, it was feeding this. It goes into this as well. And it reacted to it. Whammo. Look at all those tendrils going out to sea. Absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. It was a worldwide thing. When I looked at, let's say like these storms over here at Lake Jackson, over here in Texas. Corpus Christi's down here. Look at these bombs all out here to sea and all these chemtrails moving along. What kind of pattern is that? It's a disgusting pattern. Absolutely disgusting. Well, we should be able to pick some of that up out here now. Let's see, it was out here in the Gulf, wasn't it? Yeah, Corpus Christi. So let's see if we can catch a few more frames of that, of what's going on. Kind of right now. Kind of like that. Might need to go over one more. Catch it out here in the Gulf. There's a craziness going on here. Not enough frames. Let's take it back a bit further. Check if we're running. Should be. Yep. And I'll zip over to Australia and have a look at you guys. I've got you all queued up. See over here. Cam bombs here and here, streaming over the whole nation. What a shame. Look at this stuff creeping in over Louisiana here at the end. These are chem bombs, folks. When you get over here on NASA Worldview and you look at the whole choked out situation of it all, what is this big mess here over what's this one, Louisiana? Nolans? NOLA? Yeah, right on it. Chemtrail. Microwave madness, chem bombs going off over here. You see the difference between three different type deployments here. You have the microwaves nucleating all the chemical mix. You have the bombs adding the chemical mix. You have the chemtrails from the jet planes going over here, adding shadows, more shadows to the water. Bombs going off down here. Boom, boom, boom! For Bourbon Street. Not quite the biggest, fattest Tuesday of all, is it? Boom, 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 boom. The big three in the sky to make the face sixes. That's some land feature. But as I looked over the East Coast, it was just absolutely terrible looking. From the very edges of the clouds, you could see the chemtrails. Stratford, Charlottesville, Lexington, Blacksburg, just going all through the mountains, North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. All through the Appalachians, Asheville. Totally choked out. All the way into Georgia, where they had a bit of action when these storms came through later today. Well, after this image was taken. absolutely terrible how choked out our planet is. You know, look at this dust storm here being driven out to sea from the Sahara. Now, there's not supposed to be a bunch of clouds out here in the desert, but when you see microwave clouds fueling up wind and driving a big mass of sand out into the Atlantic Ocean, and a good bit of that is going to come visit the United States. Well, some of that's coming up here to England because of the way the flows are going. So those are free particles, and that's not just a little bit of sand. That's a lot. So that'll be an influencer of your weather. Why? Here's another look at what I was showing you going on live. Over here at the Hukalau. I ain't even going to begin to pronounce some of these names. Wamea, Pupu, Wawa, Cooperative. Mauna Kea. I know that one. That's a big volcano. And this is a big chem bomb out here to sea, stealing their beautiful sunsets away and making them far less natural. Boom! What a big diamond in the sky. Is that Lucy in the sky? Is that her diamond? I don't know. But the acids being sprayed are sulfuric. And that's a bad thing for foliage. And even all the way over to Australia. You guys get sprayed like bugs. And if I go out here over Maryborough, Harvey Bay, Fraser Island. Look at all these bombs out here off your coast. Gladstone. Shit stripes. Like a claw. Just scraping at every bit of future out of the ocean even. As they kill the things before they grow. What a shame. To treat our land with such disrespect in man-made weather is very disrespectful to all the other creatures. It is. You don't turn your sprinkler on so it aims at your neighbor's front door. That would be rude. Well, we're sprinkling stuff on everybody's front door here. It is not the kind of stuff that's going to be falling out here over the far north of Queensland and Australia. And this is the Great Barrier Reef out here. Being bombed. Being owned. Not being free. Boom! Chem bombs suck. And they've had some bad batches of weather here over the last 24 hours. These storms that they've had have not been kind. And you see a bomb here just blowing out the rest of the cloud deck over here just past Gordon Vale. Innisfail never fails. They bomb you off your coast. Look at how square that looks. It's not a big round supercell, is it? It's not. It's almost like Hitler's mustache. Not quite the dirty Sanchez. That whole thing together is a Sanchez. Look at the straight line of that. Even the microwaves come up here and cause some kind of disturbance that made that look to them clouds. Is there a beam going up there? You know I know there is. They kind of took a bit of your feed out over here after a tiger reacted. Jump. See them right there? Then it's going to go white out as they make the data disappear. But we see we got a good beam sweat. And it's pretty much the center of the arc is centered on Blenheim. Blenheim. I stood at the gates of that place and filmed it and went Blenheim. And it looks like Herman's out there being destroyed. It's really not much of its moisture that can be coalesced to become a superstorm again. Big blast just went into it again. Yeah, they're killing it. Only thing that's left is going to be the momentum of its, the steering actions of its winds, which will be driving stuff further into Australia this week. As I go over, I'm going to actually give you guys a quick peek. Use such amount of chemtrails going across the United States today. See how much of it is? The entire country from this part of Texas out to sea has been well geoengineered. Turn some of that distraction off. When I go out here to the west coast, it's no better. It's a total fry out here in Nebraska. You know you got fried through here, through Nevada. Bzzz, line of storms descending down through you. Right through here, this line should end up going a bit red because of the bomb deployments here in front of it. About to hem up with this line here. We'll compress the chem of those two together. You get three very distinct ones that are climbing their way across. Not a very clear image of that to do much with there. Go to California here. Coos Bay. Fried. Would look like a plate of fish. They didn't like fish meat. That's an interference pattern from electromagnetic frequency does that. You're gonna get mono if you go there? Interesting formation there. That looked like an arrowhead. So back to oh gosh, look at Chihuahua here. This is horrendous. From one Durango to Dorigo. Their egos are really getting the best of our planet. So, now to you guys. What have you waited for? Let's go over here first and look at this monster here. Still got a lot of moisture creeping ashore here north of Exmouth. A big streamer of stuff has found its way in on a corridor between right about this peninsula. Look at the pressures, and I'll show you what I'm on about. Right, your corridor to 14s has done a dip down here. Your microwaves have been on from here to here. I know this. So your corridor of Cummins in is here. You've got a barrier that's come up through here. Let's see if we can point this out a bit better for you here. In here. See, I know about that, and I calculate this in my and keep that wall in my head. It wasn't on line, just long enough to do the tickle. You leave it on too long, it'll cause the quake. Now we're right at the point where they've near killed the storm. Right about this point, I'd call that storm near dead. There's no way it can come inland. All it can do is unravel its moisture and then just spin its way slowly over this direction. That's all it can do. Your corridor of Cummins in is here for the moisture. From here to here is where you'll see your initial actions. It has to. There's no other place for it to go. So, chem bomb wise, it's kind of obvious. Again, to see this look, isn't it? It's the chem bomb look, the chem bomb look. Brought to you by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and the Harvard Death Clubs. Boom, boom, plumes, the chem bomb look. These images brought to you by the Bureau of Meteorology. Why do I get those two words mixed up? I don't think they forecast many meteors, do they? You can't hide those chem bomb skies. Do, do, do. When planes fly, they're spreading lines across the skies. I thought by now people realize there ain't no way to hide those chem bomb skies. Boom, boom. Isn't this a mess of Charlieville to Roma? From Roma to Mulaney, sitting on the ground and straining for breath is some creature somewhere. Going away in silence, and when it fell from the tree, and no one was there to hear it, it still made a noise. And we gotta make some noise. It's time for them to come on and feel our noise, isn't it? And that kind of some of the stuff we sang about growing up in this "we're not gonna take it" stuff. Remember that? Well, stop taking it, taking it, taking it, taking it, and having it, having it, having it, and having it. So here's your forecast station. So this thing has to ride these lines. There's this 14 line here. The bubble up is through here. There's actually a brief escape corridor where she can come in and out with that low. I don't really see that happening because of the weather plan says it over here. You're fucked. You're really, really fucked. Right, with the low coming in. It's a big gap. Big gap between the highs finally. Up, nope, closed it off. Close the door and walk another. Could be an impactor. That's the one I was talking about last week. Now, if they don't turn these microwaves on from here to here, it's coming to shore. There's nowhere else for it to go. She'll come get sucked right through this corridor in a bubble up. Boom, 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 boom. How low is it down here? Yes, low enough. We're going to watch this very, very closely. With pressure at 994, it's not going to be high enough winds to be a super cyclone, but it's carrying all the water of one. And there's a lot of it up there. A whole lot's up here in the tropics. Just ready to be put at the disposal of whatever they call this storm. Geostorm number Chemday. Yeah, Chemday. Yeah, we can make thing. It is a disposable thing. It's horrendous that this is allowed to continue. So you'll be watching out for that, won't you? Now, who else has a day of interest coming? Are we still running? I didn't even check. Oh, yeah, this is great. Yeah, I'm going to keep rolling. All right, who else has another day of interest? I think you was actually getting a bit of a smack coming up in about. Now you can just expect normal weather for a few days. Wham, bam, 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 bam. While this coast get fucked, and then they send their dregs your way. Up and over the curveball. They love to bring it in on the top, don't they? Spin it again. Hand it off to the two islands who will beam its existence into what the fuck. Is it a curveball? Is she coming in? All the pressures clearly say she's going to ride to the side. Should just ride right. It's one beam away from coming ashore. Boy, am I going to have to watch that close. Very, very, very close. We're going to be watching this on the 8th and through the 6th. Because you guys are about to get a near miss. But you ain't going to get a near miss from the dregs of what just came through Australia. And then I'm going to go into that a little bit. Whammoed. Kabamoed. Thank you, mammoed. Or grandma. Guys, over here on this day. Oh, here comes Melbourne's turn. As we go on the 7th. The wind and surface picking up on the south coast. On this day, surfers, you get down here for the 8th. The wind and surface is going to be picking up on the south coast. The Sedona might be a very good place to be. Right here at Port Lincoln area, and this point out here, right here is a very good spot. Go out here, have it, enjoy it. Tip your bartenders. Right, here we go. As the low is going by, it's going to get sucked through the strait by the flow down here. So a bit of a Venturi effect is going to occur, like fuels down here coming up through the pin, doop, boop, and out and through the pintle and into the thing. Watch this, bam, gets sucked right through. Popeye with the spinach, and it gets a little bit stronger when it comes off coast. And it's not going to be a good day for you. And the jingle bells, Batman smells going on in the hobby for you on the 10th, and it'll be like the 9th, my time. Oh, but you had that daylight savings time. Does it really save any daylight at all? It just is what it is. Are you saving it? You put it in a jar. You can open it up for later. No. It's slave rate savings time. So you could go to work at better hours, so you could get to just have no sunlight. And well, if you're gonna want some sunlight, you dang sure don't want this going on over the top of your country. That's for sure. Very good for your Chihuahua or the Chihuahua that's a town. Hey, you're in for a bit of a week here. Now it's your turn, coastalizer. You want me to go to the west first? Now let's go to the west. All right, back along the corridor of the lakes out here, you've got. They're going to follow the lines of the 14s through the 16s. This orange just going to track right over. There's almost no resistance, but it's not like the radar kind of fuckery is going on from the next generation radars. The weather machines, you might as well call them. Got a ball on the top and look like an old slot machine. Sometimes you just don't know what you're going to get. Who's getting the jackpot? Who's pumping the quarters in? You watch you coming to Christ. There's some heavy totals are going to come out west. There's be some very electrical these storms will. It'll be cool when that comes through. And I've already showed you down here, so I'm going to zip up north now. I'm saving the best for last. That's right. It's gonna make you wait. Townsville and them get a bit of a racking. Don't come a knocking when the trailer's racking as we go through the fort. Are we gonna say it? No. But the best part about this month is Tuesday the 4th. Now 420. They're going to wet you a bit. Yeah, that's going to be a bad day. When this thing starts setting up to come in the shore, the winds are going to be high. Alright, let's show you the winds. This is going to be a bit damaging. There's going to be some erosion from this, just a little bit. It's a steamer. Alright. Will they be able to call this a cyclone? A tropical cyclone? No. Tropical storm? Yes. Fuck. This thing hits at high surf. Ooh, if it dips down that pressure, you're going to have a big storm surge as well. We'll be watching this very closely. How the hell do I want to picture that? And thank you, folks, for tuning in and sharing work and helping to spread the warnings that keep things and people safe. I'm going to give you the winds that day when it roars through this pass between these two. Wow. It's going to be high. Come on. Oh, I got to go back over. Whammo. It ain't just a little bit of wind for you USA people out there wanting to know a little bit of metricing is whammo. A bike at 35 miles an hour, you start going backwards. That would be one of them gusts that you would not enjoy. So watch yourselves out there in small boats. Don't make plans to be going there that day. Heavy winds. Look at the wind field coming to impact you, New Zealand. You ain't dodging no bullets at all. You better start learning to lean like freaking Neo. Geostorms. Rob D has warned. Right, totals. Whammo. Are they going to be honest? Right, your totals and the tens you're going to want to see straight off. And so, hello. Have it. Alright, have it. Have it. Have it. Have it. Have it. Have it. With all due respect, Hawks Bay, you're fucked. Fucked. You got time to prepare. You got time to prepare. Get out of there. And up here, fucking hell. You guys are going to see some solid rain up there. You're going to see so much rain up there, the damn Even rain's gonna write down a new word for what rain is when it describes rain. Oh, now this has been so much rain they've gotten this year down along that coast. Will there be new snow? Computer says no. Tassie should be getting some. Just a little bit. 6 centimeters or so. You know, you can bring your sled up there or slide an old shovel down, but watch out for that handle. Ooh, boy. Not from experience or anything. Great, raid totals not looking good, not looking good at all. But not as bad as they could have been, because you've already gotten some of your totals. So look at that big tender they're going to bring down here right over Marucha Duchidori again over here, about near the tip of Bribey and all that. Ah, yawns. It's just like spinning the same forecast over and over and over again. You're going to be wet, you're going to be bombed, you're going to be, gonna be's. Well, we're going to be stopping this geoengineered. We're going to get off our asses and stop this shit. And quit fighting about stupid shit. Like, you guys be arguing over which side of the egg to crack like freaking Lilliput fightings. Oh. Crack it in the middle. Sunny side up is nice. Over easy is nice. Just having eggs is nice. Cracking up, well, it can be nice. Put the R in this sky. Expect these totals to rise over the next few days as these tendrils that are going to be coming become worked into these equations. As you got a bit of a lull coming, thank goodness. Today's Storminations, we're going like this. I think I'll go right with the radar satellite one. The infrared says not too many high clouds, just big stream of bombs over here. You had some action over in the Darwin area. It's probably about the most serious stuff of the day so far. Was this cell of storms here that's influencing this body of water right here, of which his name is not coming through. I see in a body of water and I don't know its name, but it's getting chem bomb just the same. In the desert, they bombing you, just don't give a fuck about your name. Ba bomb 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 chem ba bomb 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 ba bomb bomb bomb. Hear that out of tune guitar in there. Boom! Look at that big old line of crap going off here. Chem bomb going off down here just for the smell of it. Get a shard up to your skies. Shardy skies for you and boom, 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 boom. Burp. That's not a naturally occurring cloud. That's a freaking chem bomb. And that's chem bombs, and that's chem bombs. Oh, where's the chem bomb? Look at this front here, fronting up natural weather. Got a big curve there, the curve there. The ass cloud. It's cracking me up, isn't it? As I look at one more streamer of shit going over to Harvey Bay, I have to look at y'all and bid you a good day. Big love. Peace.